Okay, most golfers fail to improve because they play every hole the same way. On every par 4 and every par 5, they hit a driver and swing hard. Then from the fairway, if they can't get to the green, they take a 3-wood and swing hard. If they can get to the green, they always aim right at the flag, don't use enough club, and swing hard. And that's how they play. Once they're within 100 yards of the green, their ability never improves because they never practice putting or part swings, so they never get any better. So they keep basically they're always shoot about the same scores. So the ability to improve is you have to do two things. First of all, you have to learn how to keep the ball in play. And then number two, you've got to learn how to improve your ability once you're within 100 yards of the green. So I'm going to explain to you. I got a little diagram here of a little par 4 hole that's somewhat similar to the first hole at Goose Creek. We're going to say this is 350 yards long. There's 2 fairway bunkers. They're about 30-yard fairway in between. There's also a fairway bunker guarding the right side of the green, and the pin today is on the back right. And there's trees right and left. So I'm going to tell you how I would help a typical golfer that's stuck in the 90s, a guy that wants to get into the 80s. Let's say I'm giving him a playing lesson. Well, we're on the tee. The first thing he's going to do, like always, he's going to pick a driver because he always picks a driver. Every par 4, he plays a driver. Well, he doesn't hit the driver good enough to carry these. If he hit the ball long, if he can carry it 250, it'd be great. He could just hit it right in here. But he doesn't. He only hits the ball about 2 1/4. That means he brings both these fairway bunkers into play. So he can't use a driver. He can't hit a driver and play on a 50-yard wide fairway. Half the time he misses a 50-yard wide fairway. He's not going to be able to hit into a 30-yard. It's very unlikely, 30-yard wide fairway. So the driver's got to go back in the bag. So he wants to hit a 3-wood. But even the 3-wood, he's probably going to get into these trees here to the right. That's got to go back in the bag. The 5-wood's got to go back in the bag. He thinks maybe he can hit a 4 hybrid into play. Because right here, he's got about 60 yards here. He thinks he can hit a 4 hybrid into play with his little fade. So fine. He takes a 4 hybrid out. He aims right on this left bunker. He fades the ball right to here. Fine. He's in play. Now the second shot. Again, he wants to take the 4 hybrid again and aim right at the pin. Again, the wrong club, the wrong play. He could top it and be in the fairway bunker. He could hit it thin and be in this fairway bunker. He normally fades the ball, so he can be over here in the trees or the rough. We have to get the ball. We have to avoid heavy rough, trees, and hazards. So the 4 hybrid back in the bag. And I give him a 7-iron and tell him, now you're going to aim your 7-iron right over here in front of the green. It's easy. It's wide open over there. So that's what he does. So now he's safe. He's in front of the green. He's done his job. He's hit two plays. He's in plays in front of the green. So now the second part of the equation. He has to improve his ability within 100 yards of the green. He has to learn how to get the ball up and down in 3 strokes. Get on the green in 1 stroke, and then 2-putt. That means he's going to have to prove his part swing skills and his putting skills. And that's easy to improve because most golfers are so bad in this area. But they don't realize how bad they are. So what we're going to do is start measuring. You got to give yourself a number. So what I do, I have my students keep track. Every time they're within 100 yards of the hole, they have to write down how many strokes it takes them to get in the hole. Let's say, for example, on this guy on 18 holes, let's say it took him 63 strokes. So he divides by 18, and then his average is 3.5. When he's within 100 yards of the green, it takes him an average of 3.5 strokes to get the ball into the hole. Fine. His goal is 3. If he can work on his skills, his part swing skills and his putting skills, he gets down to 3, he'll knock 9 strokes off his score. Now he's sometimes in the 80s. If he can keep the ball in play, he'll avoid the blow-up holes, and he'll always be in the 80s. And this is how I do it. This is how I help golfers improve their game. Just those 2 things. Now, some golfers will say, yeah, that's fine, but this is a pretty easy hole. You know, some courses are tough. Not really. Typically, it's the golfer that makes the the course tough. It's not the course, it's the golfer that makes it tough. We'll talk about that in the next video.